Hey y'all, Janae here. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Traitors, season 4, episode 10. We are winding down. Next week is the finale and the reunion. Is going to be both dropping the same day. I do not know if I'm going to do separate videos or just put it all together. Depends on my mood and I guess how the finale goes. But anyway, so it is breakfast time, and Rob is saying that the weight of all the lying is really starting to get to him, because you grow friendships and all that stuff, especially with his Mora, honey. Rob Mora love her some Rob. Oh my gosh. And Rob loves him some Mora. So Mora is like, well, she's like Mora's like she really trusts Rob. She was saying, she has an Irish accent. She's like, I don't think Rob is a traitor. Like she keeps the traitor, but she's like, I would be so up. She said she'd be so upset if they get to the fire at the finale and it is revealed Rob is a traitor. She would be so hurt. And I was like, well, get ready to be hurt because so everybody comes in, and Kristen has been. It was a great run, Kristen. It was a great run. She was on to Eric, so she had to get up out of here. So the plan that Eric and Rob have is to hopefully get Natalie banished, and finally, finally, Tara's like, "What if it is Rob?" She's like, what if Candace like dropped that like little nugget for us and all that stuff? Finally, finally, finally. So Natalie's like, okay, yeah, what if it is? Da 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 da. And so they go to the little mission. So the mission, it was actually a pretty fun mission. The mission was that there was like this carnival thingy that they had to spin around on, and it spun like 5 times. And once it stopped, you got off and you had to go to it was like a little carnival fair setup. You had to go to like the little stuffed animals and all that stuff and rip the stuffed animals open. There'd be bags of money, various amounts, and there'd be bags of money. And you get the bag, you go and you get your seat on the carousel, and that pockets the money for the pool. So it's going good. It's going good. And everybody's getting their money and getting on the carousel. Rob is the last one to get money. And he gets back to the carousel and he's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Alan was like, didn't tell y'all. Each round, we're taking away a seat. So Rob goes to sit down and he is really like putting on. He's like, man, he's like, oh my God. Oh, because the winner of the person would get a shield. And in his mind, Rob's mind, he's like, okay, either me or Eric have to get a shield, so it doesn't, so they have free range of who they want to. But anyway, so Rob's really putting on. He's like, oh man. He's like, I just don't want to be me. I just don't want to be murdered. I don't want to be murdered. Blah 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 blah. And I forgot who peeped that it was like Rob was really like putting on. I think it was Natalie was like, Rob is like really like putting on, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be murdered or smurdered. I know I don't want to get flagged or anything like that. But so that's going on. So at the end of the whole competition thing, and Eric and Tara could not ride the spinny thing because of health issues. So they had little dolls in their place. But Eric wins. He wins a shield, which is good for the traders. That way they don't have, they don't have a limit of who they could. Alrighty. So they're driving back to the castle, getting ready for the round table. And Natalie is really like, okay, so we're going to get Rob out of here. Tara's like, I don't know, because Rob has the dagger. Remember, guys, Rob has the dagger, which gives him 2 votes. And he has to use it today. He has to. It's the last round table. So he has to use it. So that gives him 2 votes for the same person. So if the plan is to get Natalie or banished. She gets banished. She doesn't get, but I like the. I should have been doing that from the beginning. We'll see. We'll do that next season. So I cracked myself up. Anyway, so Rob is saying, what is saying? No, Natalie is like, okay, sorry. Rob has the dagger. Rob has the dagger, which means that gives him 2 votes for the same person. Tara was saying, she doesn't think it's wise to try to get Rob out, like, because she'd have to convince Maura, which is not going to happen. Maura's gonna ride with Rob till the end, hopefully. Well, on her behalf, hopefully. Not even hopefully for her, because if Rob's at the end, she ain't gonna get no money. But anyway, and they have to like convince Mark that Rob is a traitor and all that stuff. And it is an uphill battle because everybody else is like, oh, it's Natalie, it's Natalie, it's Natalie. They're thinking Natalie, they're thinking Johnny, and all that stuff. All right, so we get to the round table, and Natalie is really like going for Rob and all that stuff. And she's like, it was a plan, all that stuff. And Tara's like, well, I don't know. And Natalie, if looks could, Tara would have been up out of here because Natalie was pissed because Tara was backpedaling. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, this is not good. So anyway, Tara's backpedaling and all that stuff, saying she doesn't know, she's not sure, and all that. So it's time to vote. Rob has a dagger, so he says he's using it. Natalie gets banished. Natalie gets banished. She goes to the circle of truth. She says, mind you, this is the last round table before the finals. And there are still 2 traitors. There are still 2 traitors. Natalie gets up on the circle of truth and she says that she is a faithful. They are like, oh my God. I'm like, you all suck, yo. So Tara gets like really emotional. She's like, I don't even care if I'm murdered tonight. She's like, I don't want to play no more. I don't want to play. Da-da-da-da. Like, she is upset. She is crying, y'all. Like, she's like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, you need a few of those that can just like, get to the final. We don't know how they got there, but they're getting close to the final. You need some of those to level things out. But anyway. So, finally, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes real quick. Okay. Finally, Mark is like, well, what if it's Eric? Y'all are so stupid. Anyway, so in the turret, Rob and Alan not Alan, Rob and Eric are there talking. They're talking about, what happened, what took place, and in comes Alan. Alan says, hey, y'all, this is the last before the finals. And Alan said that he, once you give me the name, I'm going to call everybody to the front of the castle. And they just going to get right there. So look surprised. So they're discussing on who to, because again, they have free range of anybody. It's them left, Maura, Mark, Johnny, Tara. 6 people left. So they, again, free range of who they want to. Rob said for his better game plan, it would make sense for Maura. I personally think that that's the route they should go. Mora or Mark. I don't know because Tara's thinking them. I don't know. I think they should go with Mora. But anyway, they make their decision. Alan calls them all out, and he's like, there's like a coffin in front of the castle. He's like, all right, whoever it is, whoever's getting murdered, it's gonna get in this coffin, and that's it. Moore was like, oh, that's for me. That's for me. And then we will not find out next week. We will not find out until next week who gets. But anyway, that's it, y'all. Thank you so much, so much. I was really enjoying recapping this show. I definitely will do it again next season, which is not till next year, but we gonna do it again. But anyway, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I will see y'all on the next one. Later.